everyone, welcome to the Ichimoku daily analysis for the S&P 500 for Thursday, March the 22nd, 2012. Well, a continuation of the trend to the downside today. A candle that's made a lower high and a lower low, and a very large black-bodied candle, the largest black body that we've seen for quite some time, and that could be significant for this market. The sellers really do have some downside momentum at the moment. They did close this market with control, and they showed fairly strong commitment, but they did lose some commitment late in the trading day when the market interacted with the Tenkan Sen, which is trading at roughly 1390. We can see the shadow on the bottom of the candle, and that represents the sellers losing commitment at that level. The market also took out the support level at 1400, the round number, which was tested on two occasions in the previous 2 days where we saw the sellers losing commitment, but today they've blown that level away quite decently. In terms of Ichimoku, the market's bullish by trading above the cloud, above the Tenkan Sen and the Kijun Sen, and the Chikou Span's supporting the bullishness that we're seeing in all three timeframes, although the market is very close to the Tenkan Sen, so in the short-term timeframe the market's almost neutral. Looking at the Kijun Sen, that's pointing flat, and price action has been attracted back towards there, and while that remains flat, there is still a possibility that price action will continue back, so there is a possibility it could trade all the way back to 1377. The level here at the Tenkan Sen is crucial to this market tomorrow. If we see that taken out early and in a bearish way, then it wouldn't surprise to see the market trading to 1377. Down below there we have support at 1370. To the upside, obviously 1400 will be strong resistance to the market now. So in terms of all the time frames, bullish, but the short-term dynamics are not supporting that. We have bearish activity in the market in terms of the short-term dynamics with the bears in control. Let's see if some of these support levels will hold. Next, moving to gold, and here we see a continuation of the trend to the downside. We have a small black-bodied candle and a candle with a very large shadow on the bottom, with the body towards the upper half of the range. Previous days trading we had a doji type candle that did set the market up for a change of trend to the upside, but that didn't happen. We had the trend continuing down with a lower high and a lower low. The market tested below the strong support level at 1643.7, and then tested as far down to 1625.7 and found support down at that level. The large shadow represents the sellers losing commitment around that level and the buyers coming in strongly. For the buyers to close this market with control, only a fairly weak amount of control, but it does say something about the strength of the sellers in this market, that they've lost commitment around that area. The market also failed to close below the 1643.7 level in a substantial way, so that's quite an important level as well. Now, looking at this pattern, we have had a breakout below what was a flag type pattern. We have the trend, the flag, but the market failed to close down below the bottom barrier, so that pattern is now negated. It now has some sort of a different shape, but with that level being taken out, and not with the market not closing down below there, confirming that it was a pattern, then the pattern becomes null and void. In terms of Ichimoku, the market is trading within the cloud, so we have a neutral market. The market did test below the cloud, and the buyers came back in, so it's held as a solid area of support. But the market is trading below the Kijun Sen, the pink line, and the Tenkan Sen, so we have a bearish market in the medium term and fast term time frames. The trend is down, so there is still a possibility that the market might continue trending down. We do need to watch the 1643.7 level for a potential continuation to the downside, but we have very strong support around that level coinciding with the bottom of the cloud. So let's see how the market reacts to that level throughout the trading day. If the market does come off again, then 1625 is very important. But to the upside, if we do see the market appreciate, then we do have strong resistance up around the 1667 level. Moving to light sweet crude oil, and here we see a continuation of the trend to the downside. Previous days trading we had some sort of a spinning top type candle where the market found resistance at 106.95, a very important level in this market. And for today's trading, the market tested above there, and the buyers lost commitment up around that level to close the market down towards the support level at 105.31. The market did test support at 105.31 and failed to close below there, and the market also tested the window that was open some time ago that was closed, but an area that the market has failed to close down beyond, and that's been tested on 1, 2, 3, 4, now the 5th occasion. So it is a very strong area of support for this market. To trade to lower levels, the market will need to close down below there to finally negate that window, but whilst the market fails to close beyond there, it will remain as an important area of support for this market. Down below there we do have strong support at 103.39, and then no decent support until this minor level around 101.33, and then down to the round number 100. Above here we do have resistance obviously at the 106.95 level, and around this area we also have the Kijun-sen and the Tenkan-sen. In terms of Ichimoku, the market is bullish in big picture terms by trading above the cloud, bearish in the medium term and fast term timeframes by trading below the Kijun-sen and Tenkan-sen, but trading very close to both of these indicators, so pretty much neutral in the medium term timeframe. So a market with mixed signals, long term bullish, short term bearish to neutral. The sellers are attempted to take control of this market but failed yesterday, but by the same token the buyers aren't strong, and we do have very solid support down below but strong resistance overhead.